Back in the early 90s, a company called id Software invented a genre. Their games Wolfenstein 3D and Doom outlined the conventions of a first-person shooter, tropes that most games of the genre would adhere to this day. Then they produced a game called Quake. Quake took the fast-paced nature of their previous games, changed out the primitive raycasting graphics with a fully 3D engine, and placed the player in an arena against bots or other players over network connection. Enter Epic Mega Games, at the time known for their titles Jill of the Jungle, Jazz Jackrabbit, Extreme Pinball, and others. For 3 years, Tim Sweeney and his team were developing a graphical engine that would surpass the competition. In 1998, Epic Mega Games and Digital Extremes released a game called Unreal. It was a fully 3D, narrative first-person shooter. The story of Unreal followed prisoner 849, the sole survivor of a starship crash on the planet Na Pali. The game was a mostly single-player experience, pitting you against hordes of AI-controlled bots as you made your way through each level, though there were online matches available. Unreal was released for Mac and Windows, with the game playable on Linux as a mod for their next title. Unreal was the forebearer for the entire franchise, and the debut of the Unreal Engine, a technology that has been adopted by many developers since, and has literally transformed the industry. A few notable games that used this version of the Unreal Engine are Clive Barker's Undying, Deus Ex, and, oddly enough, Duke Nukem Forever. Unreal Tournament was an arena-based first-person shooter that directly competed with id's Quake 3 Arena. Released in 1999 and originally meant to be an expansion of Unreal called the Bot Pack, Epic's Mark Rain suggested the game was fun enough to be its own retail product. That's when Unreal Tournament was born. Critics praised many of the features of Unreal Tournament: the sheer scale of the network battles, the cunning AI powering each bot, the variety of weapons, and the game's unique assault mode were all lauded. Unreal Tournament also came with Unreal Editor, the very tools Epic and Digital Extremes used to make the game. Much of the longevity of UT is due to the modding community that built up around the title. New maps, new character skins, new game types, and more. They were all easily and readily available online, made by the players for players. Unreal Tournament was released for Linux, Mac, and Windows, with a port for the PlayStation 2 done in-house, and a release for the Sega Dreamcast done by a third party. The Unreal Championship series was exclusive to the Xbox. In hindsight, Unreal Championship was probably Microsoft courting Epic as a second-party developer for their platform, since we've had Gears of War only on Microsoft platforms. Unreal Championship was essentially a watered-down version of Unreal Tournament 2003, with support for Microsoft's proprietary online service Xbox Live, and some story elements thrown in. 3 years later, the sequel, Unreal Championship 2: The Leandry Conflict, added melee weapons and a third-person mode. Both games received generally positive reviews from critics. Unreal Tournament 2003 was more of a trial run for their next entry in the franchise, rather than a proper installment. When the demo for UT 2003 was released, it was downloaded nearly 2 million times in 5 days. Clocking in at 142 megabytes, this was around the time when dial-up was still a thing people were afflicted with. Many gamers, including myself, had to leave their PCs on all night connected to our dial-up service to download this game. However, many fans panned the game's new mechanics, saying they slowed down the experience or hampered the pacing of matches. Epic's response to the community of disapproval was to release Unreal Tournament 2004, leaving 2003 a footnote in the history of Unreal. Unreal 2: The Awakening was a sequel to the game that started it all, unfortunately featuring a story that had virtually nothing to do with the first game. Unreal 2 was released for Windows and Microsoft Xbox, garnering mixed reviews from critics. The game was praised for its graphics, but many panned the story and the game's generally unpolished nature. The weapons were unimaginative, the enemy designs boring and muddled, and most egregious of all, the pace of the game was unnaturally slow. But then came Unreal Tournament 2004, the sequel to UT99 that we needed. UT04 carried over most of 2003's content. Among 2004's various improvements was Onslaught mode, introducing vehicular combat to the already frenetic gameplay. Onslaught proved to be one of the most popular game types for online play. The game was received to critical acclaim and has been featured on many best video game lists. Following the tradition of UT99, Unreal Tournament 2004 had extensible modding support. Several modding projects aimed to totally convert the game, while others changed core mechanics, adding new game types, new guns, and mutators. Unreal Tournament 2004 was released for Linux, Mac, and Windows. A few notable games powered by the Unreal Engine 2 were BioShock 1 and 2, Brothers in Arms, and Postal 2. Unreal Tournament 3 was released for Windows, Microsoft Xbox 360, and Sony PlayStation 3, with promised Linux and Mac support that never materialized. UT3 was received with generally positive reviews. Many found the game to be every bit a fitting entry in the Unreal franchise. UT3 saw the return of Onslaught, here called Warfare, making few changes to the tried and true gameplay. UT3 featured some unique game types like Greed, which is like Capture the Flag, but using frags instead. It also had unique mutators like Titan mode, which allows you to power up to a near invincible Berserk and totally dominate the competition. Notable games that run on the Unreal Engine 3, Batman Arkham series, BioShock Infinite, Borderlands, XCOM Enemy Unknown, and so many more. The latest iteration of the Unreal franchise is taking cues from its past while carving out a niche for itself. The graphical style is very clean, hyper-realistic, and eschewing the exaggerated character models we've seen in previous iterations. Unreal Tournament will also be free to play, and it doesn't seem to be underhanded or conniving in any way. The game will make money from selling cosmetic items a la Team Fortress 2. Also, unlike UT3, the new tournament will be available for Linux. It's possible to download and play alpha builds right now. The new Unreal Tournament will also have wall running, which is a feature lacking in other tournaments. Right now there aren't a whole lot of features to go on because the game is in an alpha state, but it's shaping up to be a fitting successor to the franchise, and development is happening out in the open with community support and feedback welcomed. Notable games running on Unreal Engine 4, Eve Valkyrie, Kingdom Hearts 3, Street Fighter V, and countless others. It'd be an understatement to say that Epic Games and Unreal have had a huge impact on the gaming industry. I mean, so many of the games that we play today run on the Unreal Engine after all. But it's good to stop every now and then and look back at how far we've come. I have so many fond memories of Unreal games. The UT99 theme transports me to a different time and place. I love Unreal Tournament and I can't wait for the new game to be finished. Until then, I guess we'll just have to keep on fragging. How long have you been an Unreal fan? Do you enjoy the chaotic arenas of the tournament? Let me know what you think on Twitter @TheLinuxGamer. You can join the official Steam group and follow me as a curator. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel, and if you like what I'm doing, mash that subscribe button. I wouldn't be doing any of this if it weren't for your continued viewership. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.